What would you say to people whose worries are actually quite likely to come true? For example, people with concerns about family members who are unwell, or if they have worries about financial problems such as debt, or if they're worried about being evicted. These are obviously real challenges that people go through. What advice would you give to people directly in those positions? And indeed, what advice would you give perhaps to volunteers and community workers trying to deal with these people and trying to help? Very real situations.
So that's a complex question. So let's cut it down because you've put like three questions into one. So what is the first one that you've mentioned?
I think, what would you say to people whose worries are actually quite likely to come true because of the situation they're in? And two examples were given: if their family member is unwell, or if they're in debt and potentially facing eviction. What would you say to people in those situations in terms of
Well,
management?
um, when we deal with potential real worries, uh, as I've said in the previous minutes, we need to relate to the world around us rather than isolate ourselves. So as soon as we relate to other people who are in similar situations and we do not isolate ourselves, we create the bridge of letting out the steam, or also realizing that we're not in this on our own. Very important, we're not in this on our own. So when we isolate ourselves and we're harsh to ourselves and we think, what am I going to do? I'm in this situation. I won't be able to pay my mortgage, or I'm not going to be able to keep the house. Well, as soon as I relate to the people around me that are in similar situations, I realize that by reaching out, talking to various people, confiding in them or asking for their opinions, I'm not only letting out the steam, but I'm also getting ideas from other people, but also not finding myself in that bubble of negativity. I'm actually proactive. I'm actually looking out and saying, other people are in this situation. What do they do? We are all in this. It has such a positive impact on our brains when we say we're all in this. We're all going through this. It's pretty much affected everyone in society. Everyone. So the coping mechanism is relate to others, talk to others. You mentioned about family members. It's very painful. It's very painful when we do deal with family members who go through the illness. But there comes a time when we all have to take a step back and say, well, things happen because they happen. Can I do anything productively about it? No, because it's really in the hands of the medical world to help. Do worry only about those things that you can actually do something about. If you worry about something that you can't control, you literally dig yourself into the ground. So do worry about those things that you can worry about, relate to others who are in similar situations, share with others, and you'll be surprised how much people come back to you sharing their own ideas. I found out loads of things about what I can possibly do to save my house, or because I'm under a lot of stress myself from various issues. I've got I'm a single mother. I don't have any support from anyone. I have to only support myself. And my child is supported entirely by me. So I worry about these things. But if I relate to other people in the same situation, I will find coping mechanisms by them sharing with me what they've done. So share with other people. Do not isolate yourself.
Good advice. Thank you so much for that, Georgiana.